Hello and welcome back to the Off-Grid family. Right, one of my favourite adult toys is my laser, my K40, and I love just upgrading bits and pieces. I haven't done an upgrade video for a long time and there's loads of things I want to actually upgrade on it, so I might do a video about that soon, you know, if I get a chance. But one thing I've been doing, my son has got a lot more into doing lasering and stuff, and so I wrote all of the different numbers I use for cutting through different pieces of stuff and engraving and so on. And I always use 3mm MDF. I use it for all of my projects. There has been times when I've used thinner and thicker, but as a whole, that's what I use. And I've got the power absolutely exactly where I need it to be able to cut through it, just engrave it, etc. And because I've got the numbers so precise, my laser tube seems to last forever, you know, well, not literally. I've had to change it once in the entirety of the time that I've had it, and that was human error. I'd left a bubble right at the tip, just where it didn't want to be, and it actually melted, because the heat wasn't dispersed there, it melted the actual focusing mirrors, and basically I had a laser beam that was about this and couldn't cut through a turnip, you know. So yeah, I've got them as precise as I can, and I just stuck a few bits of masking tape on the laser, put the numbers on there, and so when my son's using it, he could see which ones did what and etc. And I thought, well, that's a bit messy, isn't it? So I thought I'd upgrade that and make it look a little bit better. It's only a very quick video, but I thought it'd be interesting for you guys to see the process and how simple it is. And as always, if you ever need any help with things like this, just get in touch. Before we go any further, I'd just like to thank my Patreons. You guys are absolutely awesome, and I really appreciate everything you've done for the channel. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I really appreciate it. If you'd like to join them, pop down in the description, and all the links are there. Anyway, let's get on. Okay, so I'm going to start this design by just making a simple square box, and after you learn how to use Inkscape, it's so useful and there's so many nice things you can do with it. So like rounding the corners off, I just think it makes it look nicer, and then I'm going to duplicate it after I've made it an exact square. I always advise learning all the shortcut keys if possible, which is what I use most of the time. Now we're going to change the font to just something, I think, Arial rounded, yeah. Just a simple font that looks good, especially when cut out. And these are just the numbers that my laser uses. Yours may be different for doing the different cuts and raster engraving, etc. Although I missed a 0 off the first one, which I'll correct now. See, it's as if I've done this before. Once I've written out all of these, I will change all the colours to represent what they are. So one will be raster, one will be just an engrave outline, and then the other one will be cutting out. And that's just simple as changing the colours. I'm not sure if you know the difference in colours, but it's red to cut, blue to engrave, and black to raster engrave. So that is my raster engrave colour. Next I will change this to blue, and then that's done. What I'm next going to do is add 4 circles cut out of the other piece, and that's where I'm going to put some small magnets. I just went downstairs, measured some of the magnets I've got and that I had 4 of, and that's all I'm going to do is make a couple of 4 holes, and that's as simple as that. They were 6 by 6 mil. I should have added a tiny bit extra, but you know, it doesn't matter. You can always push them straight into a hole quite easily. Now again, I duplicated these and just moved them down to roughly where they needed to go. And that's basically the entirety of it. Once I've decided where exactly I want everything, it's just a case of cutting it out, and it will only take a few minutes maximum, because it's such a small thing and there's so little. The thing that will take the most time is the raster engrave, because that is the slowest. Okay, enough playing with silly sound effects. All I'm going to do now is pop some super glue in each of the holes on the back, and then I'm just going to shove the magnets in. Unfortunately, this is my old super glue, so I had to snap a bit off, and now it's coming out all wrong. Yeah, it could have been cleaner, but who cares? It's the back of it anyway. No one's going to notice. As I'd already said earlier, I should have made the holes a little bigger because it is quite a tight fit. But as I say, you can squeeze them in normally. I often use a piece of wood or whatever I was lying around just to give me a bit more, downward pressure and a little bit more flat pressure. Especially because this item's not glued together properly yet. So I'm actually pushing apart the glue. But, we'll persevere. This one was a little too hard, and that could be because of the alignment of my laser. It might not have been quite round enough, so I go off and I get myself a mallet and just squish it down. I'm not actually using it as a mallet, I'm just using it as a piece of wood. And then the last one, squished in, job done. And that's as easy as that. And you can do this for all sorts of things like, fridge magnets and things like that. It's very, very simple. I just wanted to make sure they're all flat. So I'm just going to clean up all the excess glue. I had obviously put way too much in the holes, but again, it's the back, I don't care. And it seems to be okay. Just checking to make sure I haven't pushed too much apart or pushed lots of glue into the actual cutout bit, which I haven't, so that's cool. After leaving the wood glue to dry for a few hours, I can now take all the clips off, and it is basically ready to take upstairs to the laser, and we can put it in its place of glory. And it's looking alright. So remove the tape. Let's make this look a little bit more pretty. Sorry about the camera work, and also sorry about having to do all voiceover. I'd left my microphone out just ever so slightly, and it was crackling and making all sorts of things. But there you go. That's simple, and it's held on solid. You have to properly give that a push to get it off. Done. Not bad for like 20 minutes work, is it? I'm happy with it anyway, and it's better than tape. There you go. Super simple, and literally, the amount of time it took to cut was 2 minutes. The amount of time it took to design it was probably 5. A very simple thing. It took longer to colour it in. But yeah, very, very simple, and I just hope it was useful to one of you. I just want people to see just how versatile having a laser is. You can just think of something and then just go and do it, and it's done, and it's very, very quick. Same with a 3D printer kind of thing. I'm just not as good with 3D printing designs as I am with laser. Thanks for watching, and again, thank you to my patrons. If you'd like to join us, pop down in the description. All the links are there. Anyway, bye for now.